Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, this is a general Gods at Play reading for the full moon. I've already done oracle card readings for each individual sign. Link down below to the playlist, obviously. I'm going to say link down below a few times here. So, what's your sun, your moon, your rising? Now, these Gods at Play readings, if you've seen them before, by their very, very nature, they are dramatic. They are looking at the masks that the archons are wearing to keep you separate from your divine purpose, and the gods that are working with you and that are on your side, trying to lift you up and reconnect you with your higher self, God, the divine, however you want to look at it. And because of the cards that I use, a selection of oracle decks, they are by their very nature dramatic, which makes them so much fun. But it is a general reading. So, and it's not even necessarily a reading where it's describing what's going on for you right now. It is a look at energies that can be around you, and it's something to file away and enjoy. And you may see situations that you're going through already in the reading, or you may not. And if you don't, go and watch your moon, go and watch your rising. In fact, always watch your rising. If you've got a choice, watch your rising. Now, it is an eclipse, so I suppose your sun and your moon are quite important on this one as well. But don't give away your power. Don't depend on what any YouTube tarot reader says. These readings are officially for entertainment purposes only. But more to the point, it is a form of entertainment because it's there for confirmation. You should be able to hear things that activate your confirmation bias, or basically just go, yeah, I know what that's on about. Now, also down there is a link to the show that I did with astrologer David Fisher, looking at the astrology of the full moon, super moon, blood moon, flower moon. Yes, power moon. No, flower moon. Total lunar eclipse. So as you can imagine, it's a bit of an event. We're in eclipse season now. These next 2 weeks between the lunar and the solar eclipses are considered to be a portal in and of themselves. I know this lunar eclipse is considered to be really good for opening portals for other realms. I will say, yes, now I wrote this down somewhere. If you have any Virgo in your chart, watch the Virgo reading, which is the second half. Timestamp down below as ever, because I'm going to waffle about the moon a little bit first and then get to the reading by jumping ahead to the timestamp. But please listen to my waffle at least once, because I think you might find something of value, hopefully. But if you have any Virgo in your chart, go and watch the Virgo reading. And if you are a Pisces sun, go and watch the Virgo reading, because if you think about it, Pisces sun means Earth in Virgo, and it's a doozy. But that Pisces Virgo axis, because I've just literally done the Pisces reading, and to be quite honest, that was a doozy as well. So if you've got anything on that Pisces Virgo axis, go and watch both of them, to be quite honest. Right, so with this reading, you can ask a question beforehand. It's not one where I guarantee that you'll be able to tell if there's an answer or not. It's not like the monthlies or my sun with moon rising combination readings, where you can either tell, yeah, this is for me, this isn't for me. So it's I don't like saying take what resonates, because it just sounds so formulaic. But if the whole thing resonates, take it. And if the whole thing doesn't resonate, don't take it. I'm much more a fan of having the whole reading or not little bits. Now, obviously, I'm a YouTube channel. I'm personally a YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow the channel, so I will be very grateful if you would like the video once you've had your reading, give me a good judgment that way. But don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do, because it really will help me grow the channel, because I leave my subscriber number public while it's so absolutely and utterly pathetic. So I'm still looking for that magic 1,000. So all helped, gratefully appreciated, and thank you so much to everyone who has. Now there's also a link down there for the Facebook page for this channel, because I don't trust YouTube notifications, but more importantly, I also post on there a lot of the astrology weather report videos that I collect from YouTube. So I try to make it a bit of a one-stop shop. And also it's got its own inbox. So if you want to contact me for a personal reading, that Facebook page is the best way to do it. There is a link tree down there that will take you to my Twitter and to my email and what have you. But trust me, Facebook's the best way to, as probably awful that is to say. Right, that was 5 minutes waffle already, and I haven't even got into the moon. So, in the Oracle card readings, I focused on the South Node. Now, what I want to focus on here is not even so much the lunar eclipse and the symbols of the lunar eclipse itself, apart from the inside degree or Chandra symbol for the 5-degree Sagittarius, where the eclipse is. I love this image. Also, being a Wonder Woman fan helps. A pair of shoes with wings on them. So basically, there's a blessing of Hermes. There is Hermes sandals. But what I want to focus on is Jupiter, because Jupiter is square to this eclipse and ruling this eclipse. Jupiter is at home in Pisces, obviously. It is dignified in Pisces, if you want to say it that way. It is also at home in Sagittarius. Now, I think that there's an extra whammy going on with Pisces. I've spoke about Neptune conjunct Pallas conjunct Orpheus in the Oracle card videos, playlist down below. But Neptune is, if you look at Neptune as the modern ruler, that's energizing Pisces and anything that's in it. You look at Jupiter as the traditional ruler, which I prefer traditional rulerships, it's energizing everything else in Pisces. The two rulers together cannot be a bad thing. Speaking as a Pisces, yes, things will get misty, and yes, things will get cosmic, and yes, things will get really, and this is quite a statement probably for all of Jupiter in Pisces this year and next year. But don't forget, we're going to get reined in by Saturn in a month or so's time as Jupiter goes retrograde. But moving on, the angel ruling Jupiter is Yelahia at 1 degree Pisces. It's actually 1 degree 11 minutes. So I looked up the angel number for that, which says very much it's about manifestation, prosperity, awareness, uniqueness, motivation, and independence. But basically, monitor your thoughts and stay focused. And that focus is a really, really important point. In the Pisces reading that I just finished, it's like your focus needs to be zeroing in and zeroing in and zeroing in. And I wish I'd thought of that image when I was doing the reading, because that's exactly what I was trying to say. But Yelahia, sorry, the angel number 111 is all about monitor your thoughts because you're going to manifest. Jupiter brings abundance. Now, Yelahia is all about sweetening judgment and is a karmic warrior, whatever that happens to mean. And I'm not even going to touch that phrase with the barge pole, because I think I know, but I think the understanding of that term is different for every single person. Because karma is different for every single person. But I like that sweetening judgment aspect. However, it's an eclipse, and as David pointed out to me, certainly in terms of, I think he was looking at the Indian astrology in the terms of the dragon Rahu and Ketu, or parts of the dragon Rahu and Ketu. He was saying that the eclipse is where the light is removed and so the demonic influence comes in. Now, the demonic influence, this decan is ruled by day by Furfa, Goetic spirit Furfa, or Furta, and by night, Seer. Now, Seer, or Seer, is his natural planet is Jupiter. So the fact that Jupiter in Pisces, in Seer's decan, gives that Jupiter expansiveness extra whammy for me. But it's given extra whammy to that Pisces energy. But let's have a look what Seer is about. Now, I would imagine around the eclipse is a great time, if you're into Goetic evocation, to evoke Seer. But I would cast some divination first, and I'm still apprehensive about doing any hocus pocus during the 14 minutes of the total eclipse. Wait till the sunlight has returned to the moon. And if you're wanting to contact Seer, I would imagine in that 14 minutes, although he is a timeless entity and lives in a realm beyond time, but you know, this time here, so he's going to likely be busy being during those 14 minutes, and therefore after the 14 minutes been in a really good mood. So Seer is actually quite a benevolent entity. Seer is known to increase the longevity of the witch, so that's really quite useful. Certainly when your days are getting on a bit. And he is apt for chakra work, specifically the second chakra, the soul star and the earth star chakra. So literally that he is an embodiment of working with the as above so below, and or the grounding yourself and bringing down white light, if you know the technique from that name. But most traditions have a version of linking yourself to Gaia and then bringing the energy down from the cosmos. Seer engenders the quick occurrence of things and catalyzes stagnated affairs with movement. He enacts the revelation of whatever persons in your life essay to keep you unaware of. So he reveals secrets. He presides over sorcery and brings about the fulfillment and gnosis of the will. So there's an understanding of self there, and there's an understanding of divine self there, or of just the divine. But the next bit is what I've highlighted. The traditional delineation of Seer is as follows, and I love this. His office is to go and come, and to bring abundance of things to pass all of a sudden, and to carry or recarry anything wherever you would have it go or where you would have it from. He can pass over the entire earth in the twinkling of a single eye. He gives a true relation of all sorts of theft and of hidden treasure and of other things. He is of an indifferent good nature and willing to do anything that the summoner requires. And then it talks about how he will help the witch contact higher spheres of light, and you've got to remember that a lot of these Goetic spirits that Solomon worked with have angelic origins. So, you know, they know what they're on about. Now, the actual degree, angel of the eclipse degree, is about building bridges, fertility, multiplicity, defeats, this Amael, defeats frustration, despair and depression, but obviously not in that 14 minutes. That's where I would imagine they could rear their head. And then it's up to you to defeat frustration, despair and depression for those 14 minutes. But the minute that light returns, Amael will be there assisting you with that. And there's a huge amount of self-determination I'm seeing about this lunar eclipse. I am actually really, really excited for this lunar eclipse. When I was starting the astrology, I was a bit like, oh God, eclipses, they're all going to be scary. You know, they're as scary as comets. But there's so much that can be drawn, I think, from this eclipse, or that can be opened. There is a wonderful sense of potential. And if this is the start of this 2-week portal, it is something to be celebrated, it is something to be experienced, and it is something to spiritually grab with both hands, in whatever way, shape, or form that may mean, because grabbing may be the wrong term. Because the other thing about this 1 degrees Pisces, there was a writer called Franz Baden who did evocations of what he called the degree heads of every degree of the zodiac. Now, 1 degree Pisces is ruled by Shad, who, among other things, inspires technical inventions. So there's this huge problem solving. He will, if you've got a little bit of genius in you, Shad will go, see that genius you've got there? Here, have that, see how you get on with it. Giving that inspiration. And there's power here, the Omega symbol. And if anybody knows where the Omega symbols are from, please do tell me. I've got this list of Omega symbols and I've no idea where they've come from. But this I really like. The Omega symbol for 1 degree Pisces. Remember, this is Jupiter ruling the eclipse, not the eclipse. From deep in the earth, the sound of a waterfall. Now, within that, we've got that sense of building of power, building of potentiality. We've got the idea of the underground stream, that magical current that runs through the earth that magicians and energy workers can tap into. The dragon lines, the ley lines, however you want to say it, with that cleansing sense of water, the waterfall. There's not much more for me. I mean, I've got loads of notes here, but they're all pretty much saying the same thing. This lunar eclipse is a doozy. Take advantage, take precautions. You know, don't do your hocus pocus during the 14 minutes of total blackout, but take advantage, meditate, sing, dance, do whatever feels right for you that gets your energies tingling, not just your fingers, but the air around your fingers, not just your spine, but the whole air around you. When the air that is around you is part of your sensory input, then yeah, you're well on the way. And with that, let me bring up the cards. Okay then, Aquarius. Now, as you probably already know, this total lunar eclipse, supermoon, blood moon, flower moon, full moon is occurring in your 11th house, your social house, your interaction with community. But that's quite interesting when we see the cards that are laid out for you. Now, if you've watched these full moons gods at play readings before, you know one, and I have to tell you this, even if I've said it in the introduction, which I've not filmed yet, these readings are by their very nature dramatic. This top row represents the masks the archons are wearing to keep you separate from your divinity, godhead, God, higher self, however you want to look at it. And this bottom row represents the gods that are lifting you up. And there is a really blunt message here. Don't accept change that is forced upon you, and try something new. Try something new, but try something new that comes from you, not that comes from outside. For the archons, we have Thoth with wisdom, which in that top row I always tend to view as like the prevailing wisdom that everybody says. Everybody says doesn't suit everybody. This Thoth here is the wisdom of what normal people do. And if you've grown up with that, well, normal people do this or don't do that, then you know exactly what I mean about normal people. Because one, there's no such thing. But normal people wisdom here, a sort of a group think that you are expected to abide with. Following that, we have Persephone with awakening, and an archon dresses Uranus as the father, the sky, or that unexpected lightning bolt that comes. There is Persephone represents transformation. She appears here as well as transformation. Now there's some sudden event that changes things for you and demands a transformation from you. But that transformation is, to put it mildly, signposted. And there is a lot of force, as we see with the Archontic mask of Oya here, representing the power of the storm, that it is signposted and you are expected to go in a specific direction, Gaia with creation here, or rather, and this is a weird card because it always looks weird when it's on the Archontic row because it always looks quite sinister. So it's an artificial creation. It's, well, if you'll move from there, you go this way. So there, end of story. Now, what the gods here are saying, those who support you and wanting you to reconnect, is try something new, as shown by Icarus with inexperience. So do not take this forced transformation on board. Take action, Thor here, and go your own way as according to your desire and according to your inspirations. This is a beautiful set of god cards to be working with. Like I say, Thor with action, Eros with desire, the Muses with inspiration, Icarus with inexperience, and Hecate with protection. Now, Hecate there, goddess of the crossroads, and in another deck she represents crossroads as well. But Hecate here is saying that you are protected if you are following your own inspired desires rather than this nonsense transformation that is being forced upon you in a, well, the way I'd look at it is a very top-down way. Because from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, we have Nithaya representing spiritual wisdom, and the angel card for the reading is the Angel of Discernment. Through the grace of the divine, I am able to know the right path. Isn't that sweet? But it's also quite accurate for here because there will be some inspiration within you, some creative inspiration within you that makes you go, oh, I want to go this way. Everybody is saying go that way and I want to go this way. And I know like it looks like it's a brick wall in front of me, but I'm going to go anyway. Because all it is the entrance to, oh god damn it, I need to know my Harry Potter. Is it platform 9.5, 10.5, 13.5? I can't remember. But anyway, that Harry Potter platform where you walk through a wall to get to it. And there is, you take the action to do something that you are new to, that is a new, fresh experience that you don't necessarily know the ins and outs of, and it's not a completely signposted, first you will go here and then you go here and pick up your bottle of emergency water and then you go here and get the same clothes that everybody else is wearing and then you'll go here and you'll find your bunk. You know, it's not that regimented, controlled passage forward. It is something where you get there and you go, now what am I doing? And that's what you're looking for, that whole sense of, now what do I do? Because inspiration is going to guide you throughout that, rather than having somebody with a clipboard telling you where you need to be. That's really interesting. As I say, I don't know how it will relate for you personally. The stories that these gods at play readings tell are always big because it's the gods, of course. It's epic, legendary stakes that I see in these cards. And it could be epic legendary stakes in your own life, or it could be whether, you try a new supermarket down the road or not. You will know what's appropriate for you. Yes, because there is a strength. Ooh, Jack of Wands on the bottom of the deck. There is a strength required of you to accept this transformation. That yes, there's an imperative for you, but it's almost like this transformation goes, well, hang on a minute, where's my authority? Where's my power? Where's my contribution to this? If this is what I'm going to go and do with my life, I should be contributing something towards it. And this signposted route isn't giving you that freedom to put any of you into that path. And I think you'll find that the what's being offered there is lacking. As much as people may be playing on your feelings to go, oh, you need to come this way, you need to come with us. But no, the Magician, clarifying Eros here, follow your desires. In fact, two of my favourite cards, King of Wands followed by the Magician. King of Wands with action. It is up to you to go, oh, this new thing that's just awakened this fire in me, I'm going to do that instead. So you can take your transformation, you can take your transformed life, and you can stick it because, yeah, I'm going to make a change, but I'm going to make a change that I decide. No one else. No one gives me signposts. I want to, for a while, not know where I'm going, because that's the whole point of going there. Right, do the cards add any more detail to that? I've done the top row, really. Yeah, this transformation, it takes you down a path that is vaguely familiar, so it feels nice. But no, this inspiration, you're going to end up in conflict with somebody over it because you want to do what you want to do, and they're going, but there's this signposted way that you should go. But you go your way, you have victory. Six of Wands here. And Six of Pentacles, you see the value and you will see that you are protected. And Angel of Discernment, Nithaya is showing you that this inspired desire within you is a good and a safe path to go down. Whereas this controlled route, as ever with the top row, it's a trap. It's keeping you disconnected. So, there's not a lot more to say, Aquarius. Have a look at your oracle card reading as well for this lunar eclipse, and obviously go and watch your moon and rising now. But if this reading does mean anything to you, then please do comment down below, even if it's a yes, I understand. You don't have to give me details, but it's really nice to know when these readings find their home, they find the ears of the person that they're intended for, whoever Spirit's intending them for. In the meantime, I'm going to sign off now because I'm about to record with astrologer David Fisher, so that show will be up as well. We'll be having a look at the astrology side of the lunar eclipse, because you've heard all my nonsense at the start of this video when I film it. I haven't filmed it yet. And at the start of the oracle readings. So let's see what the professional astrologer has got to say. All right, cheers.